I just completed the Do Your Best for 24 Hours challenge, and it's a challenge where for 24 whole hours you do your best as a student. You try to be the best daughter, the best wife, the best husband, best girlfriend, the best sister, whatever it is that you are, you just try to be the best that you can be. This challenge, it was definitely challenging, hence the name. It like tested your limits, but it showed a lot because I didn't realize how much mental willpower affected what you could and couldn't do, because I found myself throughout the challenge thinking about all these things that I wanted to do, and it was so easy for me to just be like, no, I'm too lazy, I don't really want to do that. But then when I caught myself in moments like that, thinking like, oh, I don't really want to do that, like I know I could do it to become my best version of me, but that's just too much effort, like I don't really want to go through all that. But then I was like, no, I have to be the best me I can be. So then I would go do it, and it wasn't that hard. It didn't take that much energy out of me, it didn't take up too much time, but it did make a difference. Like every little thing you do makes a difference, whether it's for yourself or for somebody. And I think it's super important to realize what your own will can bring you to do. Like, it really is up to you. If you think you can't do it, then you can't do it. But if you believe that you can do something, then most likely you are going to be able to do that one thing that you didn't think you could, you know? So for this challenge, I don't know, at first I couldn't really think about anything I could do. I mean, like cleaning and stuff, obviously, but I didn't want to be all weird and stuff, like people like say things about me. But when I first got out of class that day, I was walking to the student union, and I noticed a piece of trash on the ground, and I was like, oh, in my head I thought someone should really pick that up. And I kept walking, but because I was cold, I was just trying to get into the building. It was raining. But then I was like, someone's gonna have to pick that up, and like it's gonna suck because it's not their garbage. And I was thinking, like, I'm perfectly capable of picking that up. What is stopping me? Why can't I pick it up? So then I walked all the way back, and I picked it up and I threw it away, and it just felt better. And like, I think that was when I realized, that's when I became conscious of my thoughts, and like, because you really make your choices before you even like realize you're making them. Because I was like, oh, I saw it, and I was like, someone should really pick that up. And in that moment I chose not to do my best and not to help out, and I chose not to pick it up without even like deciding it, you know? And so after that, I went home, and usually I would put my homework off until the night before to do. But since Mr. Fortune had us do the Do Your Best challenge, I went ahead and did it. And then I had to work at Jamba Juice that night, and so I went into work, and usually I don't really like closing, but I tried to keep a smile on my face. I was really nice to the customers, to my coworkers. I did a lot of the tasks for the night to close, and so we got out earlier, and my manager was actually like, thank you for all the help tonight. And like, I don't feel like they usually say that because it's our job to do that stuff, but I think she noticed that I was like putting in extra effort to make the close easier on us. And so it felt good, it felt nice to like just be the best coworker I could be. And then the next day, I'm not sure if I had school again. I think I had work. I had work at Denny's. So then I went to work. I was really upset because the customers were just being rude, and like they didn't have any consideration that we're like people too. And it made me upset, but I kept a smile on my face anyways. And then before I went home, I bought a pie because I know that my aunt likes desserts. And I don't really bring stuff home. And I know I always think about like, oh, I should do this for them and I should do this for them. But I never actually go do it. So then I bought a pie and I brought it home, and I was like, hey, I brought home a pie, and my aunt was like, oh, how much is it? And, like, she was gonna pay me back, and I was like, oh, it's free. I'm like, I bought it for you. And she's like, oh my, thank you. And she was so shocked and, like taken back, because I don't really do that stuff, and it was really nice. Like, they were, like, kind of, like, weirded out, like, is there, like, strings attached to this? But it was nice to do something for your family. And I don't live with my parents, and so I was thinking about how my mom would probably like if I went and visited just out of nowhere, because whenever I visit, it's usually for a reason, like I need to go get something done or something about my sister, or they asked me to come over, and I never really just go on my own. So I went over after work, and even though I was tired, I decided to sleep there instead of my room, because it's like, at least I can be with them. So I went to my sister's room, and I drove over, and then I went to my sister's room, and I slept with her. Then I woke up, and my mom was there, and I played with the dogs and hung out with my family, and it was really nice. And then after that, I went, even though I was exhausted from my long day, I went to work, or not to work, I went to the gym, because I wanted to be the best person for me. I wanted to be the best influence on myself, and so working out in the gym isn't really my thing. I'm not an athletic person at all. I don't like to work out, and I just got my gym membership. And I could have made the excuse, like, I just had aerobics this morning. I already worked out. I don't need to go to the gym. But I wanted to be the best version of me, so I went anyways. And I put in a good workout. And my friend Janelle was dropping me off at home. And I knew I had homework due for the next day for class. And so I was, like, rushing, like, come on, like, let's get through this workout and then let's go home, because I have homework to do. And it was, like, around 10. We wanted to go to the gym late that night. So I came, and I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to stay up late, because I had school really early in the morning. And so that's why I wanted to hurry, so I could get my homework done. But when we pulled up to the house, my friend started telling me about things she was upset about, just, like, letting it off her chest. And I'm always the type of friend that listens, and I don't mind. I love giving advice and listening. Like, I can be a shoulder to cry on. I love doing that stuff. But I had homework that night, and I had told her, but she was going on and on. And I didn't mind at all, but it's like, all I could think about was, like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna be here forever because of my homework. It's gonna be forever. And so, but I knew she had stuff to get off her chest, and I was, like, one of her only friends that she could talk to that stuff about. And so I was like, yeah, whatever, like, my homework can wait. I can wake up earlier to do it. My friend needs me, and I'm gonna be the best friend that I can be. And so I got home almost at midnight, and I did my homework anyways, because I could have showered and then gone to sleep, but I wanted to be the best student I could be. So I stayed up later reading passages and doing homework that I wanted to get done earlier. But it felt good, and it was worth it. So yeah, this challenge, it doesn't ask you for a lot. Like, it's not too much, but just constantly having to go out of your way to do your best, I think, is the part that gets to a lot of people. And I think it's like that mental battle you have with yourself, like, I don't really want to do this, but I should because it's for the best. But then you, like, try to bargain and make excuses and this and that. But I think you just have to be honest with yourself and what you want, and, like, with your goals, how bad do you want them? Because if you want them really bad, you'll do it, and you'll be the best you can be. No questions asked. Like, you'll do it almost subconsciously. And I think that factors with everything in our lives. We can make little changes, and I know that it's hard to always be the best you can be, but I realize it's not hard to always be the better you can be. Every day you can wake up and strive to do better than you did yesterday, and I think that is a good start, because doing the best you can be every day, I think it would take a toll on you, and I think you would find yourself giving up easier because you don't feel like you're doing the best that you could. But if you set, like, a standard goal to be better than you were yesterday, I think it would definitely be approachable and definitely manageable, especially, like, with everyone's busy schedules. And I think that doing better than you did the day before not only affects you, but the people around you. And I just think it's better for everyone all around. And I really enjoy this challenge. And it has taught me a lot about myself and my mental willpower and how powerful that really is. And so, like that quote, they say, like, negative, if you think negatively, that's what will come to you. And so I think you just have to think positively and you will do great. And if you think you can, you will. And it's all up to you. If you think you can do it, then you can. Just believe until, fake it till you make it, you know? So yeah, that was my Do Your Best challenge for Alan Fortune.